Ah, seriously need a new tripod. Hi guys, it's Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's video is going to be my reading wrap up for the Tistheseasonathon. This is a readathon created or hosted. Was it created? I think it was also created by Heather from Bookables, and this is I think the 4th year that this has been going on. Usually they have a bigger readathon with different hosts and different challenges and stuff, but I guess because of the pandemic, it was only her and one other girl. Regardless, I don't really try to do the challenges. I just try to read books that are kind of holiday cozy type books, Christmassy cozy books, and try to read as much as I can. So for this readathon, it started November 30th and it ended today, Sunday the 6th. And I wanted to show you guys the books that I read. I do have quite a bit of time left, so I could get started on another book, but I kind of feel like I'm all read out already. So I don't feel the need like I want to read a lot more. So I'm very happy with what I read. I read like 3.5 books. No, 2.5 books. Because one I was already reading when the readathon started and I wanted to finish it, and then I read 3 more books, but one was a short story from Audible. I'll get to that later. But anyway, these are the books and I'm going to get started. The first book that I finished was Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky. Now this, I know this is not what you would consider a cozy read or a Christmassy book, but this is the book that I was reading and I didn't feel like stopping to pick something else and then finish this one afterwards. So I just continued reading it and I read it as part of the readathon. I had maybe about 1/4 of the book left. I did start this book in November, so I was able to finish it. This is this is kind of like a cross between Stephen King's It and Nightmare on Elm Street. So it was a freaky book, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a fan of The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. I know that's, I think, his most favorite work of literature. But I saw this book on Book Outlet and somebody had talked about, I don't remember who talked about it, and they liked it. I didn't think it was this big of a book. This is like 700 pages. So it's a huge book. And like I said, this felt like it crossed with Nightmare on Elm Street. I really enjoyed it. I got really into it right away, but I just felt like it didn't need to be 700 pages. Like, we could have taken out a couple hundred pages. If this was 500 pages, it would have been good because I felt like it did drag a little bit in the middle. Other than that, I really did enjoy it. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. Then, because I was feeling very like, okay, we need to get into the Christmas spirit, I picked up a book that I've been saving specifically for this readathon, and this is from Debbie Macomber, Alaskan Holiday. This is a tiny book. It's like small in size and skinny. So this was a very cute book. For this book, we follow this girl. What is her name? Josie, and she graduates from culinary school and she takes a job up in Alaska, while her real job in Seattle, I believe, starts. So she was gonna have a huge chunk of time, I think about 6 months, from graduating culinary school to starting her real job. So she takes a temporary job in Alaska and she starts dating this guy. They both agree that it's going to be just while she's there, for the few months that she's there, but of course they fall in love. She leaves to Seattle to start her new job, and she wonders if she's made the right decision by leaving the guy that she thought was only going to be kind of like a fling or a short-term relationship, because she thinks that there might be more there. So it's super cute. There wasn't really much conflict. I mean, you can't put a lot of conflict in such a short book. So you already knew how the story was going to end. Regardless, it was a really fun read to read, and it's a cute, cozy, perfect for this time of year. Then after I read that, I listened to The Christmas Pact, which is a Audible short story original I have a bunch of those Audible original stories from when I used to subscribe. I think now you can listen to all of them while you're subscribed, but back then when I was subscribed, you could you were able to keep them, but you could only get 2 a month. So I have a bunch that I had like redeemed with my membership, but I still haven't read them. So anyway, I read the Christmas Pact, and in this little story we follow this guy and girl who agree. They have the same last name but backwards. Like the girl is called Riley Scott and the guy is called named Scott Riley. So like they have the same names but flipped. So something happens at work, their emails always get like mixed up because people write either the first name last or the last name first when they mean to send it to the wrong person. So there's always like confusion, right? So they end up meeting. They kind of don't like each other because he's kind of arrogant and pompous when he tries to, because he reads her emails and then sends them to her instead of just forwarding, and she doesn't like that he reads her stuff. So eventually they end up meeting, and then it's kind of like a like enemies to lovers type story. They agree to both be each other's dates for both families' events that are coming up for the holidays, and while trying to, you know, put up a front that they're a couple, they actually fall for each other. It was really cute. I think this story was about 2.5 hours long, so I listened to it really quickly. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a little bit more than I did this one, but it's really good. If you have a chance, if you have it in your little repertoire of books to listen from Audible, I think that's a good one. You should check it out. And then last but not least, I read The Expectant Mail Order Bride. This is from Alicia Fannin. She's actually a subscriber, and this is her first book. So she sent me a private message telling me that she had published a book, and so of course I had to check it out. It's very thin. I was able to read it right away. It was perfect for this readathon. I kind of like to read smaller books in readathons because you can read them a lot faster. But in this book we follow, this is a romance book that is set in the 1800s, late 1800s, and we follow this man who has lost his wife during childbirth. A few years ago, the child is already older, and then we follow this girl who is pregnant, and she has lost her husband. Now, in this book, there is a thing, I don't know if this was based on like how things were done back then, but she responds to this ad where a man is looking for a wife to help tidy up the home and take care of his son while he goes off to work. This is in the 1800s. So she is from Boston, I believe, or somewhere in New England, and he is in Texas. So she replies, they kind of, you know, write back and forth for a while, and then she agrees to be his wife, because I guess that's how people were doing it. So when she gets there, he realizes, oh, she never told me she was pregnant. But as they grow to get to know each other, they slowly start falling in love, and it was just such a sweet story. I really enjoyed it. I believe she's gonna make this into a series. I think this is her first book. It's the Southwater something. I can't remember the town, but it was really cute. It was a great start to the series. Like I said, it was really cute, very fast, very easy to read, and I read it really fast. So I highly recommend. I did give it 4 stars on Goodreads. It's worth the pickup if you're looking into something cozy and romantic. I really enjoyed it. Alicia, you did a really good job, and I can't wait to see what else you write. That is it, guys. That is everything that I read for the readathon, for the Tistheseasonathon. I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know how much more I'm going to read the rest of the month of December because I am doing Vlogmas, so that's taking up a lot of my time, you know, videotaping and editing. It's been a lot of work, but I've been able to do okay so far, so I am excited about that. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.